Everybody can hear me okay. It is Magical Monday. Welcome, everybody. I apologize for the delay. I'm just prepping and finishing some things up. Thank you for being here. My name is Karen Kane, otherwise known as KK. So tonight's topic is the magic of sobriety. So I wasn't always this way. I actually was a full-time drunk. I drank from 15 to 45. This is also not my first time rodeo being sober. And so I show up today because I know where I was and I know where I am now. And I know that nobody has to be that way. So welcome. I'm going to share just a little bit today. I just came in. So I just came in from outside doing yard work and it's really hot here. If you're joining, tell me where you're joining from. It's super hot here. And I was like, I said I would go live on Mondays at 8:00, unless I start teaching yoga on Mondays. But anyway, so I plan on doing that. And I didn't want to delay you guys. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. And so that's like true grit. True grit is just pushing forward and making things happen and not making excuses. And my friend Jen, she's one of my best friends. Basically, she's my sister. She called me scrappy and gritty today, and I was like, thanks. A lot of people who have major egos would get offended by that, but for me, I feel like that's a compliment. So thanks, Jen. I can take that as a compliment. So when it comes to sobriety, trust me, it's not easy getting sober. And it might get so hard and you're not used to feeling those emotions and you do the efforts, especially on a holiday. Okay. So I don't know how many of you are out there that you might watch this and you've been binge drinking since Thursday night. Well, that is no way to live. And I used to live that. I used to binge, pass out with little drinks next to me. Oh, I'm just gonna have a little, and I'm gonna buy this amount for the weekend, and then I would plow through that amount of alcohol and always be going back and forth. Well, I'm just gonna get a little bottle. And so basically, when you're living your life for liquor, you're never sicker. Sick of tired of being sick and tired. How many times do you have to get to that bottom? And what is your bottom? So anyway, let's talk about the magic of sobriety. So the magic of sobriety is, wow. Okay. So first of all, you wake up and you feel good and you're not feeling crappy or hungover or nauseous. And that's you're grateful that you woke up feeling good. And second of all, you woke up and you remembered the night before. Third of all, you slept like a baby and you didn't toss and turn and your mind wasn't racing about all the stress and anxiety and the reasons why you do drink and justify drinking. Oh, I had such a hard week. I'm just going to have a drink. Okay. So if you are legit an alcoholic, and you might be a functioning alcoholic, I had jobs. I had good jobs. I was making a lot of money in some of my jobs. However, was I happy? No. I was running on the hamster wheel, and I literally would take jobs that would make me miserable, and I'd relapse. Because I was so unhappy and so sad and so depressed and so miserable. So I'm sorry, but no dollar, no job, no car, no house is worth your well-being and your parenting. Yes, your parenting. So the third gift is that you become a present, mindful parent. And it's not all about what you want and plan your game of how you're going to drink and basically project all your shit onto your kid. Hell no, that's no bueno. No bueno. So you become a fully present parent. And that's probably the biggest blessing that I could share with you, is definitely that. So also, you start to take better care of yourself. Because honestly, when you're getting sober, you have to put your energy and your time into something. Or, you can sit out in meetings, meeting after meeting and meeting, smoke cigarettes and drink coffee. Or you could actually get on a treadmill or go for a run or start to build up your body, your strength, and your confidence. So when you're an alcoholic, I'm going to tell it up straight. Like, you really don't have any self-worth. So that pretty much means you don't have any confidence, because if you're compensating with alcohol to get out there in the world and be somebody that you're not really, like put on the mask, fake it till you make it, and living the dream. Meanwhile, back at the homestead, you are binge drinking all weekend, throwing up, then drinking more, and it's like a total, like, real life shit show. And nobody knows this about you, or they know this, or they know a little bit about it, and they're too afraid to do anything about it. So, because they're afraid you're gonna jump on them, so then they start to like remove you from their life, because they can't trust you. You lied to them. They've tapped out money to you, and what have you done? You just kept on your toxic ways of drinking. So you start to lose your friends. So also, you build really cool relationships when you're in sobriety. You level up your game. And so then you can do fun things, not be an idiot, and meet people who are actually going to reciprocate your friendship, and not just like, oh, my drinking buddies. Well, trust me, when you're done drinking, you're going to probably lose your drinking buddies. And honestly, you have to, because in the beginning, you have to keep yourself protected away from people, places, and things. People, places, things. You have to stay away for a little bit, in your early sobriety. It's really important to protect your sobriety and your inner peace. And honestly, like, you got to do whatever it takes. And you might lose people. You might lose boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever. You might lose relationships. But if you do, those were not real relationships. One-sided, takers. I personally am sick of takers, and I'm starting to really see the truth in my life about the people who are there, who show up, that are genuine and real, and then the fakers, because they want something from me. And it's like, well, if I'm kind of nice to her and I'm kind of like present and kind of like her friend, then she's going to help me when I need help, or massage my ego, or whatever it is to fuel. And that's a little bit of narcissism, guys. Like, we all have it. There's healthy, and then there's like all different levels of a spectrum of narcissism. So if it's somebody that's like just trying to get you to like feed their ego, yeah, that's a little bit of narcissism. Yep. I mean, there's all different levels. And that's a little bit. So might not be full-blown narcissist, NPD diagnosed, but, there are different patterns, behaviors, and traits. That's one of them. So the magic is in, I guess, just, learning how to navigate your life and create your life in a way that it's clear. You start to get really clear in your mind. So you actually feel, you feel emotions, and then you have to learn how to manage your emotions. And then you get to choose, you get to choose how you're going to live your life out. What are you going to do? You don't have to always go to like parties or bars. Wow. Like, imagine if you just go to the bookstore and you drink a coffee. And so also leveling up partners, relationships, I mean, obviously when I started to get sober, well, obviously now, when I started to get sober this time for real, and I started to do real work, the levels changed, the levels shifted, and I wasn't playing that role of, like, let me serve you, let me do this. And, the energy started to change, and I got pushed back, and he left. So, and I also needed to protect my own personal, recovery. And I had to make that number one. So, everything happens for you. Everything's divinely guided. Just understand that, like, you might go through some pain, but honestly, the pain is where you let the light in. So the cracks and your pain becomes your power. And so that's why I show up today, is because all the pain that I've been through from so many different things and experiences, like so many, allows me to help people in a way, because I've actually lived it. So you can go to a therapist all you want, and if they've never experienced like narcissistic, actual true a relationship with the love bombing, the gaslighting, the devaluing, and the discarding phases, um, you know, it's not as like it's not as helpful than if you go to somebody who's experienced that one-on-one personal experience. And that goes for drinking and addiction as well. So that's what I'm talking about. So the magic is in being able to consciously create your life, the life of your dreams, have relationships that are meaningful and they're magical, and also just being there for other people. There might be people in the rooms of AA that I, got sober in, that might be judging me because I'm not going to meetings. But let me tell you what, I am plugging in big time. Like, my spirituality is plugged in, my meditation is crazy. And I am a counselor. I talk to people every single day, one on one. So it's almost like being like a sponsor for, these people that in a different way. It's like one-on-one. I take my knowledge. So, I've been studying to be a spiritual practitioner. That was like 7 years in the making, and a transformation coach, a Buddha yoga instructor, and also all kinds of courses. So it's funny because I'm going to do a reel about a coaching program that I saw, become a certified life coach for $7. Like, oh my God, no, no, no. Like, that is actually really scary. So I am I'm certified religious science spiritual practitioner through Emerson Theological Institute up in New York. Thank you. You love my glasses. Thanks. Um, so there's just a lot of crazy in the world, and there's a lot of manipulation, and people are, especially alcoholics, and that kind of like mindset of like people who are unhealed. Unhealed people will try to take you for everything you've got and suck you dry, those energy vampires. And you know what? I am done with that, and I want to help you guys be done with that too. And there is magic with healthy boundaries, creating the life of your dreams, and magically being sober. All right. Thank you guys. Happy 4th. Have a great time. Be safe. Have fun. Watch some awesome fireworks. Report back. And trust me, the magic of sobriety is like off the hook. It's you will have more fun, and you will be like so much happier without the liquor. Addicted to liquor, never sicker. All right. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here. Peace.